Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will be discussing Surah Kahf and how it came down in Makkah and the role that was played by the Jews when Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was in Makkah, even though their active role started after the time of Medina, but they had a role to play even in the time of Makkah as well, and Surah Kahf is one of the examples where they had a role to play. If you read the Quran in translation and in tafsir, you will realize how often Bani Israel is mentioned in the Quran. And Bani Israel is mentioned in the early Meccan surahs as well, even though the direct dealing with the Jews started taking place after Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and his companions migrated to Medina, and the Jewish tribes were residents over there. Now the Jews of Medina were waiting for the coming Prophet as well, but they were sure he would be one of them. And the Quraysh knew that they were running out of lies to invent about Prophet Muhammad ﷺ because they did not have the same knowledge of scriptures that the Jews and the Christians had, and they needed more arguments to come up with against him. Until now, they would just keep saying on their own part that he is a soothsayer, a magician, or a poet. So another Ibn al-Haris, who was one of the Quraysh leaders, he said, "O people of Quraysh, by Allah, a matter has descended upon you for which you have not yet been able to make a counterattack through the use of trickery. So consider your situation, for by Allah, a great matter indeed has befallen you." And so another Ibn al-Haris and Uqba bin Abi Mu'ayt went to Medina to get information from the Jews. The common goal of polytheists and Jews was to end the dawah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and now they decided to get together in order to end it. The polytheists on their part were in favor of the man but against the message. The Jews were in favor of the message but against the man. Now it's true that the polytheists did persecute Prophet Muhammad ﷺ mercilessly. They also mentioned that a greater Quraysh leader should have been chosen by Allah if a man had to be chosen at all. But it's also true that he belonged to the noble tribe of Bani Hashim. They knew about his noble lineage, and they also knew that as a person he was very highly respected indeed, even by them, who used to call him Sadiq and Amin before the call came, and who trusted him with their possessions even after that. The Jews were looking forward to a prophet, yes, but they were so sure that he would be one of them that they were not happy at all to discover that he is an Arab after all. Therefore the Jews too were unhappy with Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. So the Jews gave 3 questions to the Quraysh to be asked of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Youths who departed in the first age, travelling man who reached both east and west, and Arru. The Prophet ﷺ said he will inform them tomorrow, but he did not say Inshallah for some reason. So 15 days went by and the polytheist said his Lord has abandoned him, and this incident happened in order to tell the Muslims how important it is to say Inshallah even for the smallest possible thing. So after the gap, Surah Kahf arrived with the answers. Surah Kahf told the stories of Ashab-e Kahf, Khidr and Musa, and Zulkarnain. And they ask you, O Muhammad ﷺ, concerning the Ruh. That was one of the questions. Say, the Ruh is one of the things, the knowledge of which is only with my Lord, and of knowledge you mankind have been given only a little. Surah Kahf will be mentioned again in the next video when we talk about the migration to Abyssinia. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum and thank you for watching.